Good morning, everyone. This is David Kepsel, CEO of EncrypGen. And as promised, I'm going to give you a bit of a preview this morning of our new platform, which we've decided to release next week so as not to overlap with the celebrations and news articles we expect are going to come out about the 10th anniversary of Bitcoin. But what I'm going to show you is the production-ready development environment for the platform. Now first I'm going to wait a second to confirm from my team that my audio is coming through clearly, because when I try to monitor it here we end up getting some sort of strange reverberation. So if somebody from the team could please confirm that my audio is coming through nice and clear, I'll proceed. Yes, or you can confirm it on the official Telegram channel if you happen to be watching. All is clear? Anyone? Alright, well I'm going to proceed as though everything's fine because my meter's showing good audio levels. And I thought first I would start with our website. So we're going to be releasing also with the product an updated website. And I think the team have done a very nice job of making it look a lot cleaner and helping to direct people through the process of the website. Excuse me, we haven't got a SSH on the test environment for the website. And Kaspersky is helping to keep me safe. There we go. So the entry point for the new website is going to look like this. I think it's a nice clean look. It's still consistent with our branding and with our intention to drive data owners and data buyers together into the marketplace that we're creating here. So as you enter, you'll see that you can learn a bit more about the data marketplace, and that's what we're trying to funnel everybody to do, is to upload data and to search for data. So we have two different entryways for people who sell data, and then one for buying the data, and then for partners, of course, people who want to sell testing. So I should mention that we have a great deal of interest from other testing companies, and we're moving forward rapidly to, now that we've got a functioning platform, to enter some deals with providers of testing, which we think will help to drive a lot of traffic into the gene chain, which is, of course, what's going to make it valuable for everything. Without data, it's not that valuable. So once we start to get... okay, somebody's confirming the audio is clear. Thank you so much. Once we start to get some volume on there, and I believe we're going to get it really rapidly, actually, we'll see some actual business going on. So I think this new website is going to be a real help in making sure that people understand where they're going and what they're doing when they get on here. It's also very attractive. So DNA Marketplace, buy and sell data, buy DNA test kits. That'll take us to the partners page where right now you can get Codico test kits. Team, news and blogs, and we're going to be driving a lot more steady blog posts here as well. And we've put a number of our new videos up as well. And of course, to make things easier to buy tokens, we've integrated with Easy Trade, so people can, if they have MetaMask and wallet, they can easily purchase the ERC20 token. I'm very proud of this new look for the web page. That's going to be going up to coincide with the release of the new product, the updated product. And okay, so you don't have to wait any longer, let me show you what that product will look like. So this is the fully functioning development environment for the product, and it includes all of the features you need to purchase DNA, to purchase data, to download that data, and I'll walk through it a little bit. So here's where I have my file. Now this is a Codigo 46 file, and you can see now that Codigo 46 files are getting indexed. So that's good news, because all of the people who've done Codigo 46 tests, who've got it on the system, those files are going to get indexed and are going to be searchable now. Your profile, of course, we updated this already. This is where we've now this says asking price in USD. Please be sure your asking price is in USD. My sense actually is that that's a lot of money to ask for a single file. If you want to start getting your data purchased rapidly, set it for something like $10 or $20 and assume that it's going to get bought 10 or 20 times. So I'm actually going to be a good example here and update my asking price to $10 US. Okay. Settings and privacy. Be sure you've consented to the processing and storage of your genomic data. And then please, if you ever want to get rid of your account and make it not searchable ever again, this is what you do. Don't do it if you want to start selling data. But this is for GDPR compliance. Everybody needs to be able to delete their data if necessary. Okay, let's look a little bit at the search page. So on the search page, you'll see that we now have more fields, a lot more fields, genomic fields as there were before, so you can search by individual RSIDs, position, variant, referent, etc. These are all important for people doing research. And again, these all just mirror the profiles. So people who are searching can look for these filters. Let's just do a quick one to see some sample data. I'm going to make the age range all the way up to 120. And here's some data that I found. Now this person's asking 10,000 USD for their data. I suggest that that's probably a little high. I have some DNA in my development wallet here, so I'm going to be able to make a purchase. And you see we're converting it on the fly to the current values in dollars and euros. So that's, I think, rather helpful. Let's go back to search and buy a little bit of data. I'll take questions after this. They're going to relay questions to me on Telegram, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. But let's walk through a quick buy. So for instance, this person hasn't uploaded a file. And what we want to do is we want to make it possible for researchers to say, hey, you don't have a file, but I'd be interested in purchasing a file, so I would buy that file for $10. And then that user is going to get a notice in their email that somebody is interested in their data. And hopefully they'll then go get tested and upload that data. Now this file is one I want to buy. So let's buy it. And now let's check my purchases. Okay. So now if you bought data, you can download it. This is how the files are going to look when people buy them. Okay, all the data about that person is stripped from it. It's now just all the raw genomic data that is useful for researchers, and that's going to increase people's privacy and assurance of their data not being re-identified. So this is what a Codigo 46 data file looks like. You can see why it was a little more difficult to index. It has, if you've looked at your 23andMe files, the RSID numbers are all RS something. Here they have GS RSs and GXU RSs, so indexing it was a bit of a bear, but we're working. It's working. So you can search on any of these as well in the files. All right, so if you've gotten any interest, you'll also see the price that people are offering, as well as the email that you'll get. Let's check out the wallet. So you can see we're providing all the transaction information for each of these transactions. We're indicating your current balance in DNA as well as the exchange rate, the current exchange rate. But here's something interesting. So this is how we're going to be able to onboard people right away if they have Bitcoin. Soon Ethereum and then the ERC20 token are going to be added to this. But our scenario is this. We've got a pharmaceutical company. They know about Bitcoin a little bit. Somebody, in the computer department knows about Bitcoin, so they got a little Bitcoin and they want to start experimenting with this. Well, they can buy what we're calling MNDA tokens at a significant markup here by using Bitcoin instead of having to learn the process of getting the ERC20 tokens, etc. So this is MNDA. This is what they'll purchase with 0.1 BTC of MNDA, which is the multi-chain MDA, which is the DNA that functions on the platform. And you can see we've got a significant markup. We're selling that at 50 cents per DNA. The point is that markup, first of all, helps us make a little bit of money for operations right up front from people who are not interested in learning about cryptocurrency beyond a Bitcoin wallet. And that markup also means that hopefully over time, as they get interested in the platform, they're going to go to exchanges and buy DNA a lot more cheaply. And we believe that the price will start to edge up towards what it is here on our platform because of the demand and the value. So they can simply send Bitcoin and get their MNDA on the platform and start searching and start using the platform immediately. Now, as I said, we're going to integrate with Ethereum and the ERC20 version of DNA as well in the next few weeks. We also are working on a Fiat Gateway for people who have no clue about any of that. And that's going to mean they can purchase it with a credit card. But that, as I've mentioned in our Telegram discussions, is a regulatory issue. Fiat to crypto purchases are highly regulated, so we're working on that, and hopefully that won't take too long, but one never knows with regulatory issues. So let's see. So you can receive DNA. So two people in a lab, one person has gotten MNDA already. They can send another person MNDA, and they can use that MDNA to do their searching and buying. You can also send to your friends. This is all the multi-chain DNA. Okay, so here's my purchases. These are things I've already bought. You can always download them. If somebody deletes the files, however, they can't be downloaded anymore. And that's the platform. So we've got profile creation, file searching, settings and privacy. We've got the ability now for anybody who's got Bitcoin to go ahead and start buying data and get that data moving. You'll see this week as we release the indexing of the Código 46 that the amount of searchable data on the actual platform is going to increase significantly. So we're going to release that before we do this release. Yeah, that's it. We have the gene chain. It works end to end. I did the last week the first end-to-end purchase of a genomic data file in our dev server, moderated by by a blockchain, and the rest is coming to the world very soon. So I have a little time for questions if any are being sent to me. Okay, here's a question. Does that mean that with MDNA being used on the platform, people with the ERC20 can't yet use the platform to buy data? That's right. So we're integrating the ERC20 token soon along with Ethereum. And what they can do for now is if they've got, if they want to buy data, they can use Bitcoin to buy data on, to buy the MDNA token on the platform and buy data. but if you're holding on to the ERC20 token, I don't think it makes sense to sell that for Bitcoin yet. Just use some spare Bitcoin to play around with it. But we think the data buyers are going to be people who don't have the token, who are already out there, searching for data, paying significant markups to 23andMe and other companies to get their data, and are actually going to be saving money by using Bitcoin to purchase MDNA on the platform and buying it at a markup, and then eventually wanting to get it much more cheaply through the ERC20 token, which, as I said, will be integrated with the platform in the next couple of weeks as well. Good question. Any other questions? So if users own existing DNA, are they given MDNA? How to swap? So yeah, when the ERC20 token is active, you're going to be able to, if you want to fill your wallet with that, you'll be able to swap it one for one onto the system. What I recommend, though, is that data sellers simply accumulate the MDNA as their data gets bought until they can cash it out to the ERC20 token. But we're going to have a cash out feature too initially, so that you can, if you're accumulating MDNA because you're selling your data on the Gene Chain product which is being released, you'll be able to cash out your MDNA for Bitcoin and then Ethereum and then the ERC20 token in those orders, so that people are not forced to wait until the ERC20 token is available. These are excellent questions. So everything is going to be integrated. There's going to be a one-to-one correspondence between the ERC20 token and the MDNA token once that's integrated. Meanwhile, to get the commerce moving, to get the data flowing, and make it easy for people to do that, you're going to be seeing people use BTC to buy the MDNA and then cashing out to MDNA. Will the ERC20 token and the MDA still be pegged 1-to-1? Yes, that is. It's completely mirroring the ERC20 ecosystem in terms of the amount of tokens. Good question. Any furthers? So as usual, we're going to be staging releases as the wallet gets updated to include the Ethereum and then the ERC20 tokens. And by the way, we're in talks with some other blockchain partners who have ERC20 tokens, and having the ability to accept other sorts of ecosystems into ours is making that a lot easier selling point, so that we can actually integrate any blockchain asset into the wallet that we've built. We've built a completely bespoke system that's able to do that. So this is a valuable part of our ongoing partnership discussions that is going to make those partnerships a lot easier and more attractive to other blockchain companies. Good questions. Any further questions? So look for updates to the website coming along with updates to the platform, and this is really the version 1 release. Now, as for the UI, that comes next. We've got all the functionality working. We'll be integrating new assets with the wallet, including Ethereum and ERC20 DNA. Will the price of 50 cents for MDNA bump once DNA goes up further? Yes. So we're always going to make sure that the MDNA purchase with BTC, if for people who don't want to learn anything other than Bitcoin, always is going to be up higher than the market price. So as the market price creeps up for the for the ERC20 DNA, we're going to peg up the exchange rate for BTC to MDNA on the platform. Okay, so the point is we want people to get sick of paying a premium, learn to use ERC20 tokens, and then go to the marketplace for those. So what should you sell your DNA for? So I really think you should be setting your asking price for, let's say, a 23andMe file at about $10 to $20 USD. That means that, you got to think that file is going to get bought and sold a bought a number of times, and that over the course of the year, hopefully, you'll make up the price of the test by having it sold about 10 times, or bought about 10 times. So if we want to get commerce moving on the system, if we want to start the data flowing, set your asking price for $10 to $20 and see what happens. See if when we release this next week, people start buying it and you start to accumulate MDNA. I mean, maybe your data is really bought a lot of times. You might want to peg up your price, and you can always adjust that at some point. But to get it flowing, we think 10 to 20 bucks per file is probably, a reasonable amount. Excellent question. Any other questions before I sign off? Again, I'm always on Telegram. You can join us on our Telegram community and ask me further questions. I'm really excited to show you the fully functional product and to tell you that, as the features are updated, like ERC20 token integration, I'll be able to alert you beforehand, and the market, we hope by then, is already starting to see some commerce. So I'm actually looking at a report I received recently from a company that does reports about various cryptocurrency issues, and they're looking at the market capitalization, they think, for the genomic data buying market on blockchains, and their estimates, I think, are pretty interesting. So right now they estimate that market cap for all of those companies at around 400 million, and they expect it to go up to about 750 million. I think that tracks nicely with what we think is going on. It's going to be a huge market. There's already a market for genomic data. What we're doing is we're creating a free market for that data. Okay, further questions before I sign off. So what if we want to know first what they want to use our DNA data for? Some people may not want to sell their data for certain types of research for, say, ethical reasons. Yeah, that's not going to be possible yet, but over future releases, we'll be able to have you approve uses on a per use or per user basis. That's a lot more complicated, of course, and risks identifying people along the process. So we have to design a process for that doesn't compromise your privacy or the privacy of other users. Another question: did you consider an iPhone app? So eventually, once we've got a fully functioning product, we'll make it available on all sorts of different platforms. Of course, that requires a whole different development expertise than what we've been using so far. We expect it to grow organically, actually, based upon the commerce we expect to see on the system, and we'll use our profits to start to guide further development on other platforms, certainly. Any final questions? No? Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're excited like I am about the possibilities. We have a long way to go, of course, to continue to improve this and to make it attractive for people. Yeah, this is the new website. This is a preview of the new website. It's going to be coming shortly, along with the product itself, which is ready to go. It's staged, it's working, everything's functioning. We're testing it just to make sure there's no final bugs before we release, but we're quite confident it's working properly. So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you in the Genosphere.